Greetings, salutations, and good now. I'm local astrologer Kevis Major, doing it major. And right now we're gonna talk about lunation, we're gonna talk about the moon, and we're gonna talk about the scorpionic period or phase or transition that we're about to enter into that has already begun, but it's going to officially start on October 17th. You understand me? When the moon is full in Taurus. Now let's break it down. Now the lunation cycle is basically the cycle of the moon, how long it takes for the moon to transition from new moon to full moon and from full moon back to new moon, right? And this cycle is a 27-day cycle, or just about 27-day cycle. The moon is heavily correlated to the womb, because when you think about the lunation cycle, 27 days, 28 days, it's quite similar to a woman's period cycle, which is about 27 days, 28 days, and I'm saying, or thereabout. Now, when it comes to the moon and the lunation period, this is also heavily tied to birth, you know what I'm saying, or giving birth to something, aka manifestation. You understand me? So when it comes to manifesting, you have to be into some sort of astrology, you know what I'm saying, or some sort of esoteric knowledge. Otherwise, your manifestation is basically predicated on the shadow government and some Freemasonry shit. You understand me? Maybe even unbeknownst to you. But for the most part, when it comes to manifestation, you know what I'm saying, and giving birth, tapping into the lunation cycle, you know what I'm saying, we're dealing with the moon type energy. Understand? And people who are into gardening and farming would understand these type of sciences and knowledges easier than the regular person. So now, the moon, we're experiencing a waxing gibbous moon, and it's getting ready to become full in Taurus in the next 2 days. It's going to be a nice big full moon, you know what I'm saying? And this full moon is going to be very, very significant when it comes to the scorpionic phase that we're going to be ushering in the next 8 days. You understand me? So in the next 2 days, we're going to have the full moon. And the full moon basically correlates to our emotions, because if you guys been listening to me, you know that the moon resembles our mood, our internal affairs, taps us into our feminine energy, and I'm saying taps us into the womb and our ability to give birth to things that are internal. You understand me? So from inside our moods and our emotions, you know what I'm saying, that's how we act, and that's how we act out. So when it comes to the full moon, that's basically all of our emotions, and the emotions that you should have been nurturing and garnering and energizing, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, being practical behind your moods, you know what I'm saying, so that when it gets to this climatic stage, when it gets to the full moon, you know what I'm saying, you are able to basically get ready to reap the rewards of whatever activities or whatever you were paying attention to, or whatever you were doing for the past 27 days, you know what I'm saying. So it's a type of monthly ritual, it's a type of monthly activity, you know what I'm saying, that practitioners practice. Is basically like a practice, you know what I'm saying. Every 27 days you're planting different type of seeds, you know what I'm saying, and even in between those 27 days there are times when you're putting in more effort and more work into what you're trying to manifest. So for example, let me try to break it down, because it's good to start from the new moon, but we need to go based on where we are right now in this current moment, so you guys can know what to do and what not to do. Because for the most part, when it comes to our mood and our emotions, they get more volatile as they get closer to the full moon. Think about a female's period, you understand me, when she's getting closer to that stage of the eggs being ripened, you know what I'm saying, before they're passing out, having the Bloody Mary experience. For the most part, we get more sensitive and we're more in tuned and into our emotions and our mood. We could get more moody easily, you understand me. We could be more agitated just because our emotions are coming to a climatic state, esoterically, and that even trickles down spiritually. You understand me? And for the most part, a lot of people do not know what they're doing. So if you're spiritual, naturally, you understand me, you could be on the right side of these energies where when the full moon comes around, it's an enjoyable situation. It's a time for you to basically enjoy the fruits of your labor because you've been putting in the necessary work, you've been on the right side of the energies, you've been practical with your manifestations, and everything should be going according to plan. Things have to run my way, the business have to run the right way, you understand me? But if you're not planting the right seeds and you're flunked out, you're not spiritual, you're not watching my channel, you're not watching no kind of astrologers, you know what I'm saying, and you're just into a lot of bad frequencies, vibrations, and energies, for the most part, when the full moon comes around, there is a high possibility for it to be a painful or a bad period or bad experience, you understand me, where it could get bloody, where it could get chaotic, where you could be in a lot of pain and turmoil, esoterically, spiritually, internally, emotionally, even down to physically, you understand me? And that's the 369, and I'm saying, from the mental realm to the emotional realm, all the way to the physical realm, to the 3D, the third dimension. So that's in a nutshell what we are about to experience, because the moon is becoming full, you know what I'm saying, waxing gibbous in Pisces. So we're reacting and responding to our dreams, mysticisms, our spirituality, our inner feminine qualities, you know what I'm saying, and it's mutable and changeable and adaptable, and we could kind of shape out our dreams in a different type of way. You know what I'm saying? It's a more elusive time, and we could even be daydreaming and just in our own world, because Pisces is water. Water deals with their own world. You understand me? So in some way, shape, or form, right now, we're kind of in our own world, just trying to deal with our own dreams and how we wish things could be, and trying to shape that out and be practical about it. We're in the Libra sun, so we're trying to bring harmony and balance and equilibrium to our mood and our emotions, which is more predicated to our subconscious female feminine realm. Yeah, so that's going to be shifting into Aries, and we're going to be springing forth new visions, you understand me, new ways of expressing ourselves and creating, you understand me. So after we deal with this Pisces energy with our dreams, illusions, and fantasies, when the moon goes into Aries, we're going to be able to spring it forth, you understand me, with new illuminations, because Aries deals with what? Fire. So we're going to be able to act out in a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying? Fire, you could see fire, you could feel it. So people are going to be able to see and feel you in a different type of way. You could spring forth a new whole character and a whole different type of mannerism, you know what I'm saying, based on the energies that we all have access to. And that's even the moon getting more in its fullness. Now, when it comes to the waxing moon, when the moon is becoming full, that's synonymous for us putting in the work. Yeah, so you have to know what you're working towards for every lunation cycle. You have to know what ritual and spell that you're trying to enact, you know what I'm saying, aka what is your manifestation, what you're working on, you know what I'm saying, for this month. Every month is a new, you know what I'm saying, a new lunation cycle. So you have to be switching it up according to, you know what I'm saying, maybe the sun, however you run your spirituality, or however you run your life, you understand me. For the most part, it should be predicated on the sun and Saturn. Now, when it comes to the waxing moon, this is us putting in work, putting in more effort, putting in more emphasis, nurturing our seeds, you know what I'm saying, nurturing the things that we are trying to manifest. So for example, let's say you're trying to manifest a business, or some sort of relationship, some sort of goal that you were working towards, you understand me, going up to the full moon. These last days is the last few moments you have to take care of what you've been working towards. And also starting to do protection rituals and spells to protect the things that you've been working towards, because you don't want, you know what I'm saying, you're about to have a harvest, you're about to have a bountiful situation, the full moon is coming up, and you don't have any protective measures, you know what I'm saying, to put an extra layer of protection and prevention from anything stupid or catastrophic happening. So you know the full moon coming up, people gonna be all in the mood, people gonna be all in the emotions, you know, the moon gonna be, you know what I'm saying, people all in the dream state, they're gonna be springing forth new type of visions and new type of way of acting, and this full moon gonna be full in Taurus. So you already know the Taurus energy deals with what? Values, you know what I'm saying, possessions, belongings, wealth, status, practicality, organizing. Taurus is also stubborn and slow because it's the fixated earth sign, yeah? And when the moon, yeah, when the moon is full in Taurus, it's going to be opposing, it's going to be opposing Mercury in Scorpio. It's going to be opposing the sun heading into Scorpio. You understand me? So it's ushering that scorpionic phase. I need to end this video now because I can't make them too long, because it's going to take too long to upload. So I'm going to do this one in pieces. But for the most part, you know, the lunation cycle, again, taps us deep into our manifestations, you know what I'm saying, and different type of rituals and spells that we could be doing on a daily basis based on the position of the moon. So she's moving a sign every 2.7 days, every 3 days almost. So she's moving, you know what I'm saying? She's moving from Pisces, you know, into Aries, and then she's gonna be full in Taurus. Now on the full moon, this is the last bit, on the full moon, this is basically the start of the period. You understand me? This is the most sensitive time, this is the most emotional time, this is the most volatile stage. And this is not the time to necessarily be putting in more energy. You understand me? Because when you're on your period, for the most part, you need to be resting. When the moon is full, that's time for you to get ready to harvest. The work should have already been done. So full moon is a resting, rejoicing, reflective period. Shouldn't really be working too hard on the full moon and putting yourself, you know, in volatile situations when the moon is full. Because just think about a cup that is full. If a cup is already full, you can't really be pouring more into it, you know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't be putting more energy, more vibrations, more frequency into a full moon, you know what I'm saying? It's time to just rest and soak into those energies, those vibrations, you know what I'm saying, and protect yourself, do protection rituals and spells, and get ready to reap the harvest. You understand me? And if you're on the wrong side of the energy, shit, God be with you, you know what I'm saying, because you open up yourself for the possibility of anything to happen to you during a full moon. Better believe it. Yeah. And there's one last point I wanted to say that ties into like a female period. Now, you know, when a woman leading up to a female period, especially like the week, you know what I'm saying, or the last couple days, you gotta look out, she gotta look out for what she's eating. You understand me? So these last couple of days, be careful of what you're eating, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. You know what I'm saying? What the things that you're letting into your eyes, your ears, you know what I'm saying, your different star portals, stargates, the people, places, and things that you're mixing and mingling with, you know what I'm saying, as well. That kind of constitutes like your eating. Also, when a woman is on the period during the full moon, I already break it down, you can't really be working too hard and doing any strenuous lifting or anything like this. So that's something to be to note as well. Don't put too much energy into situations. And the last point is, if practiced, you know what I'm saying, in the most spiritual states, you know what I'm saying, being balanced and being in harmony, there should be manifestation. Because even if you think about a female, you know what I'm saying, in balance, in harmony, in a virtuous situation, in a partnership, you know what I'm saying, that lunation period could end up into a pregnancy, aka giving birth to, you know what I'm saying, something beautiful. So that's the lunation period in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying. We should be giving birth to something beautiful every lunation. Now, every day is not a bed of roses. Sometimes we mess up, sometimes we know not what we do, but I hope that we all could have a beautiful and pleasant full moon. I'm local astrologer Kevis Major, doing it major, and that was the full moon in Taurus. Yeah, we're gonna be manifesting abundance or manifesting bullshit. I'm gonna do a separate video speaking specifically on the full moon alone. Look out for that one.